Yo, we needed a few extra seconds. We needed a few extra seconds, man. You know, this is a production. All right, we doing this live, man. Let's get it, man. Episode 146, Victory Talk Podcast. Let's talk about victory. Yo, what up? It's another episode of that Victory Talk Podcast. We out here. You know what it is. Hey. Welcome to episode 146 of the Victory Talk Podcast. I am your humble and gracious host, most humble motherfucker ever, God of humility, King of modesty, King Keto, Gymnasium Jesus, Keto Suave, you know. Jesus de Gimnasio, you know what I'm saying? And I am joined this week by the big dog Nima, best producer in the game.
Let's go. Thank you, appreciate it.
Stop using that other joke I was using because this shit is just too bad now. It's like we found out some things that is like, you know what? It's not funny anymore. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. All right, man. So this is episode 146, and we got a lot of stuff we want to talk about today. So last week, I wanted to get into a video about how to know if you're gonna dump your girlfriend or not, right? And I got a spreadsheet and a calculator for you to calculate it and put numbers in, so you break it down to math, right? And I didn't get to it last week because I was reviewing Diddy's indictment. Pause. And I was going through line for line, and that thing is long. Pause. So we spent too much time on Diddy, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get to that today. But first of all, we gotta holler at our sponsors. First sponsor is the newsletter Big Money Methods. This is the newsletter to show you all about how to get big money. Go ahead and put the link in the description. Your email in the description, hit that link and hit the email in the description. And then check it out, man. We got, see what I'm saying? How to Tell Your Girl's a Gold Digger, man. Sean, you know what time is it? It's written by Sean, one of our top copywriters. This is written by Chris, one of our my top salespeople. He talk about stretching. You know what I'm saying? All right. Why you always lose at the casino and how to bet. A lot of y'all don't know this, man. There was a time in my life. I don't talk about this because I don't like to advocate it, but it's a true story. I needed to make some money to pay rent, man. I was like, y'all, struggling making ends meet, and it was like 2004, and I had to pay rent. I was like $1,000 short on rent, so I had some money. So I said, you know what? Instead of giving this motherfucker a partial payment, I'm gonna take the bus to Atlantic City. I was in DC at the time, and they had free buses from DC to Atlantic City. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't know that. It's free. The casinos, man, they'll take you there for free. So I hopped on one of them free Atlantic City casino buses, went straight to the Taj Mahal, and I hit the craps table. I got enough money for the rent, man. You know what I'm saying? Hitting hard ways on the craps table, you know what I'm saying? And so I talk about how to gamble and make money on it, right? All right, how to crush fatigue. It's a lot of great articles in here, and you once you put your email in there twice a week, you're gonna get emails, methods on how to make big money, including how to be a functional gambling addict, which I was in my early 20s. All right. Now I just gamble on myself. I put it all on black. You know what I'm saying? And go gamble on myself. You roll the dice every day, brother. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next sponsor is a product I don't talk about too much on the podcast because I don't be liking to overdo it. But it's called Thot Repellent. This is the easy to apply spray that'll keep the hose away. All right. Because a lot of y'all, man, lot of y'all don't need this. Right. Because you try, how do I get girls? You Googling this shit, learning pickup shit. Oh, I'll do cold approach. The real G's, motherfuckers who get the most pussy, the bitches are coming after them. Right. The real ballers. Because think about it. Once you join the Victory Unit Discord, you start going through the free courses I got there. Baller Mindset. I got a fat loss course. You know, I got this is another free course in there, right? I'm putting free shit in all the time, right? Giving free advice every day. Once you start fucking with that content and implementing it, you get in great shape. You fuck around and get ripped, fuck around and get some money, improve your mindset. These bitches gonna be after you, and it's gonna be too many. That's the problem. You're gonna have too many bitches, right? And some of these bitches gonna be thots. So this was genetically engineered by Iranian scientists. Not the ones who started that shit that went down today. I don't know them. It was the good ones. You seen that shit today? You seen that shit today? Yeah. Hey, man. Depends on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what side of the missile you on. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? But we had some peaceful scientists develop this for us. So it's genetically engineered to keep hoes away from you. You get what I'm saying? Genetically engineered. So good women, they'll just smell it. Man, you smell delicious. What's that fragrance? Right? But the hoes, they might start foaming at the mouth, going into convulsions. This is a real product that's coming out for the holiday season. All right. You know, for the holiday season, it makes a good stocking stuffer. Right? If you out here celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, no rules, Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift for all occasions. You know what I'm saying? All right. And but we need your help. We're in the last phases of development, and we've been crowdfunding this thing the whole time. Right. So all your super chats have been going to and will go to research and development for Thot Repellent. I think we have some heroes who have already contributed. I think they need to be acknowledged. Let's go.
We actually had two before we go live.
Damn.
There is just a bug with StreamYard. It doesn't show, but I took a screenshot, so I'm going to read them.
Okay.
So Cold Brew donated to $5.
Okay. What up, Cold Brew?
Yes. He's asking, my biggest issue is being patient and delaying gratification.
English not his first language. Don't make fun of him. He speaks 8 languages. He speaks 8 languages, man. And he speak them all better than you speak English, motherfucker.
I would be good for a week and then drop off. Advice? Can it be trained like a skill? Being patient.
Yeah. Patience comes from skill. And one of the problems young people have with patience, you're probably a young person, is that, you know, a year seems like a long time, right? A year seems like a really long time if you're like only 20, because that's, you know, think about it, right? That's like a year is like 5% of your whole life if you're only 20, right? And then you got to think about it even more than that, because you probably only remember 15 of those years. And you don't remember too much shit that happened before you was 5. You feel me? Oh, he said he's 30. Well, that's the problem with young people, right? Right. But the more you can delay gratification, the better, you know? And a year is really not that long time, man. Once you've been through 42 of these motherfuckers like me, you notice the years go by fast, man. They go by fast. Now, now, Cold Brew, you in your 30s, you're 30 years old. You feel a different kind of, now you feel pressure because you feel like, fuck, I should be here by now because you're 30. But, you know, I wasn't a millionaire when I was 30. It was like my early 30s when I had my first million. But at age 30, I definitely was not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I was getting there. I was on my path. Right. But you got to be patient and you got to delay gratification. It's very important. So it comes from practice. But I think a big thing that's going to help you, Cold Brew, is trusting the process. You feel me? Trusting the process. For example, in a fitness context, you know you'll lose fat if you're in a caloric deficit. In fact, you know exactly how much fat you'll lose, right? If you burn 500 calories per day, like more than you consume, if you're in a 500 calorie deficit every day, Let's say you're tracking the shit, and you should be tracking it. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. Let's say you're tracking, 500 calorie deficit every day, then you know with certainty that at the end of the week you'll lose at least 1 pound of fat, because to lose 1 pound of fat, you have to burn 3,500 calories, right? 500 times 7, 3,500, right? So everything is mathematical like that, cold brew, everything. So when you trust the process, and what you do is you can't look at the goal, bro, because it's going to look far away, and then you get impatient. What you need to do is look at, hey, what are the things that need to be done every day, every week, every month, that if done, it'd be impossible for me to fail at accomplishing my goals. And you focus on those. You focus on today. Just make today a victory, right? That way you can be happy now while you're on your path to your goal. If you haven't already, we got the goal track, the habit tracker and goal setting template in Notion. You should download that immediately and start implementing. Once you start tracking every day, you can actually see the progress, because a lot of times you can't see the progress. Like, it hasn't manifested itself in the real world. But if you mark it on your habit tracker, or if you're crossing things off on your goal planner, then you know what's happening, even though the world may not see it. It may not be visible. It's kind of like when you plant a seed in the ground. You plant a seed in the ground. Let's say you're trying to grow an apple tree. You throw some apple seeds in the ground, right? And when you come the next day, man, what the fuck, man? Where the fuck is my apple tree, man? I'm trying to eat apples today. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. What's going to happen is, first the seed has to germinate. It has to start growing roots, and it's doing mad shit underground before it even starts to sprout, right? And that's how your goals are too. Mad shit needs to happen that's unseen before you start bearing fruits. But that's going to be discouraging if you're just looking for the fruit. But if you can look at what's happening every day while your goal is germinating, you plant the seed of abundance, which is your goal in your mind, in the world. And then you start working it every day, and you'll start to see that shit germinate. Start germinating on these hoes. You know what I'm saying? But you'll see it even if everyone else don't see it. And that'll make you happy. Where you get the template, send the link in the description. Playboy, yo, Christian, send the description. It's free.
It's actually within the other one.
Oh, post the other one too, because I'm gonna refer to it in this episode.
I'll put it.
Nima gonna post the other one in there.
I'll put the other one
because I have another template for like how to know if you should dump your girlfriend. I'm gonna explain how that will work.
I'll put it in after the super chat. So
yeah, but he gonna post that in the comments. You know what I'm saying? In the super chats. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. So just focus on today, my brother. And then you won't even have to look at the goal. You'll know with certainty that's going to happen. But if you're not tracking, I don't know how you do it. If you're not tracking, you're slacking.
All right. We have another super chat that is not showing up for me, but I took a screenshot. From Ketosis Makes the Hose Drip.
Ketosis Make the Hose
Drip. Yeah. $5 is asking King Keto. Do you take any supplements to keep cholesterol in check on keto, like omega-3 or I have no idea.
I don't know how to say that shit either, man.
pH.
Papillion husk or some shit. Nah, I don't take none of that shit. In fact, my cholesterol, I started doing keto because I had high cholesterol. It's a genetic predisposition. A lot of people in my family have it. It's the only chink in our armor. Everybody in my family, they live to be fucking like 90 and shit. Motherfuckers be smoking, drinking, not even taking care of themselves. But some of them have high cholesterol. And that was something that affected me. And the doctor tried to put me on statin medications. But I remember that when I was on the ketogenic diet, I remember I had studied that the ketogenic diet for some people can actually regulate cholesterol better. And there's a lot of studies that prove this. So instead of taking the fucking drugs that the doctor prescribed me, I just went on keto for a month to see if that would normalize my cholesterol. And it did. I went back to the doctor for follow-up. He said, man, you taking the fucking pharmaceutical drugs I prescribed you? And I was like, nah, man, nah. What are you doing, Sam? I did the ketogenic diet. He's like, oh, well, keep doing it. And I've been, and 8 years later, I'm still on it. I got way more benefits than that as well. You know, people say I look younger than 42, depending on how much sleep I get. And, you know, y'all never seen me with a pimple. Not once, right? Because keto helps with acne. There's this one guy he's always like, he's making videos about me. I don't know his name, but this kid, he makes videos about how much I suck. And he talks shit about keto, and he says that I was on roids for years or whatever. But he always talks shit about keto. This motherfucker be having pimples, man. And I be thinking to myself, damn, man, if he would just open his mind, man, he can cure that shit with his diet. It's super simple. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna tell him because he's hating on me. So I'm just gonna let him keep getting pimples. Last video I saw he made about me, somebody sent it to me. Motherfucker had a filter on like a girl. You know what I'm saying? He had a filter for the pimples. Can't do filters live. You know what I'm saying? He could fix that, man. It's simple with his diet. All right, what else we got?
Ketosis is back with another $2. Can you share your music playlist?
I gotta edit it because there was some Diddy on there. Pause. I gotta edit that shit before I share it again because I used to play Victory. You know, the sun don't shine forever. That was the jam. That's a good music playlist. You know, for those, you know. But gotta take that off. Gotta take that off, man. No Diddy, not Mo Diddy. Mo Diddy, Mo problems. So I gotta edit that joint.
Sangre Azteca Fitness.
Okay.
Is saying.
Okay.
New on coaching. How much should I charge for a call? And 2 of my first 4 clients want to quit. Should I give money back? They don't commit.
They don't. He spelled that different. That was a unique spelling. Phonetically, I get it though. Nah. So first of all, you don't charge for a call. What? Nah, man, you doing it wrong. It says it fit. Yo, so do we have the 10 Commandments in the description? Yes. So first of all, man, download their ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training.
Third link.
It's the third link. It's gonna show you how to do online training right. But you don't charge for a call, you charge for coaching, right? And it's like $80. Okay, my fault. So if you're doing it week to week or weekly, right? You're gonna make it $80 a week. This is the floor, right? Monthly, you're gonna charge this is the floor. You can charge more than this. I have students who charge more than this. $297, no less than that, or 16 weeks. Right? So then you're gonna $997. So you're gonna go for the $997 every time, right? You're gonna go for the $997, and if they don't have to, or that's like, you know, too much for them, or they ain't got it right now, then what you want to do, we teach our students how to use Klarna or Affirm or something like that. But you know, if that doesn't work, then you give them $290. You offer monthly. Hey, this is do monthly, and for the real broke boys, $80 a week, right? For the real broke boys. Now here's the thing. It feels like a deal. It's more digestible, but like anybody who does any math knows that this is actually more than this. And this is actually more than this, you know, but just like anything, the more you buy up front, the cheaper it is. You know, you like people buying bulk at Costco or some shit, or like, you know, what cocaine dealers will do. They'll buy like in bulk, they'll buy like a kilo, and then they'll break it down and sell it, you know, to break it down to their workers, front it to their workers. And that's how they make their margins. Anyway, I've heard. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so like so this is actually the deal, right? It's actually a deal for them, right? Now you may be thinking, who's going to pay $80 a week for online training? Man, tons of people. This is actually better. It's a better service if you're doing it right than in-person training, because diet is more important than, okay, let's say there's, you know, okay, so in-person trainers, and I was in-person training for a long time, fucking decades, right? Well, most of y'all was shitting on yourselves, beating off the Teletubbies. I was training 10 people a day. All right. Anyway, so in-person training, they focus almost everything on the workout, and very little gets focused on the diet. But what's going to get them in the best shape, right? Diet. You can't out-train a bad diet. This is why you see people in the gym week after week, month after month, sweating like a whore in church, and they look the same. right? Because you can't out train a bad diet. You just can't out train a bad diet. I don't care how hard you work out. If you ran a mile, the average person burns 100 calories running a mile. There's more than 100 calories in like a handful of almonds, cup of rice. You know what I'm saying? A banana, right? You can't out train a bad diet. Diet is but you can out diet bad training, and that's the goal of online training. Is we take the most important part, diet. We focus on that, and then if their fucking form is not perfect, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good enough. It's like, because diet's the most important part. You can't out train a bad diet, but you can out diet bad training. So you're going to be giving them their own workout and custom workout, custom diet plan, right? We show our students how to do that, but whatever, you can do it on your own. And then you're going to have a way to track that. You can do Google Sheets, or we teach our students how to set up their own app, but a way where you can track it in real time and keep them accountable every day, right? And then once they start tracking, all they got to do is track their diet. Once they start tracking their diet, they're going to lose weight. Like, they're going to lose weight once they start tracking their diet. How do I know? Because check this out. This is a study done by Duke University. And they had these fat boys. You can show this screen. Duke University study. All they had these people do was track their diet for 6 months. For 3 months in MyFitnessPal. Right. Let's look at this line. They had no instructions, no diet plan. They weren't in a caloric deficit. They weren't doing keto, intermittent fasting, nothing. They said, man, just whatever. Just track what you fucking eat, fat boy. And on average, all they did track. All they did without even a good diet plan. They didn't tell them to do anything, just tracking alone. These people lost 5 pounds on average, right? Now, the people who had coaching lost a little bit more and continue to lose more. But 5 pounds in 3 months, I'd be fucking pissed at my clients. But you got to think, they didn't get a workout plan or a diet plan. They just said track, don't change. They told them, no, don't change nothing. Just track what you eat. And just the mere fact that they were tracking, they lost weight. So imagine if you give them a custom diet plan, right? That's why it's actually better. $80 a week is a steal, because in-person training, I know at Equinox, they charge $250 for one session. And that motherfucker's not even gonna track your diet with you every day. You know what I'm saying? And Crunch, Crunch is like average, right? Average pricing for online training. For in-person training, about $100. You might find some crackhead gym where they're charging like crackhead prices. Hey man, hey man, look here, brother, I train you for $50 a session. Like that's, we're not talking about that, right? But you got to remember, so even at $100 a session, you got to see the trainer at least 3 times a week. So they're paying $300 a week. So everybody you see with a personal trainer in the gym is paying a few $100s a week. This is a steal, and it's better because we're focusing on the thing that's going to get them in shape. Like, most of y'all ain't in shape like you should because your diet's not right. I don't care how much workout you do. I've seen fucking aerobics instructors who was overweight. Motherfuckers' job was cardio, and they was fat. Anyway, what else we got? Check your regular comments. Just make sure everything is copacetic over there.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
we're clear. The comments that didn't show up now are popping, so we already read this. So I'm just gonna remove these two.
Okay.
Baldo,
he just threw 5 on it.
Yeah, I just donated.
He just threw 5 on it. Remind me, I want to put "I got 5 on it" sound in there every time somebody puts 5.
Okay.
I got 5 on it. What else we got, man?
Gabe is back, $20.
Yo, shout out to you, Gabe, man. That's what's up. 2020.
Hey Brandon, I'm uploading a comedy skit this Halloween called The Endomorph.
Okay.
On my channel.
All right.
I know you're busy, but if you have 20 minutes to spare for some laughs, I appreciate it. Thanks, and keep up the great
man,
content.
I'll check out The Endomorph. I'm probably gonna forget, so you're probably going to do this again around Halloween. No, I ain't probably gonna forget. I'll forget within a few moments. I'm gonna forget this happened in like 5 or 6 minutes. You'll probably have to remind me, but I will check it out.
P. Sergio Cardoso is asking, what's the fastest way to make $1 million? Great show, brother. Yeah.
If you find a fast way to make $1 million, let me know. I can use an extra million. You know what I'm saying? But making $1 million is going to take everything, bro. Like, making $1 million is going to take you got to have heart, man. And the fact that you wanted to be fast is what's going to fuck you up. Like that is what's going to prevent you from getting there, because you're going to take shortcuts, be impatient, maybe do some fuck shit, and it's going to fuck you up. You got to know that it's a long haul to get to that $1 million, man. So the fastest way is it depends on what you got, but like to make $1 million fast, you would have had to do something else for decades, right? Like for me, I could like sell something to my audience, but I spent over a decade building my audience, right? You ain't got that, right? So I'm assuming you're talking about starting from zero. It just don't work like that, man. It just don't work like that. The guaranteed way to make $1 million is to make more money than you spend, invest the difference in either the stock market, real estate, or your own business, right? And then over a long enough period of time, you'll have a fucking mill, right? But the fact that you want it to be fast, or some of y'all want it to be easy, that's what's going to fuck you up, man. That's what's going to fuck you up. Like, and then you're going to be the likelihood of you falling victim to charlatans or people who have nefarious intentions, like they're going to take advantage of the fact that you wanted to be fast or you want it to be easy. If you find a fast way, let me know, man. I will do that shit, right? But everybody I know who's made $1 million fast, they either build up, they spend years building up a skill set or some sort of asset or something that helped them get it, some sort of leverage to help them make it happen fast, right? You can't skip steps, man. And if you make it fast, the likelihood of you losing it fast is actually high because you don't have the skills, right? You don't have the skills to make $1 million because you took shortcuts, right? And I can't think of nothing worse than being rich than being poor again. Maybe being famous and being poor, that's probably worse, right? Because you famous, you know what I'm saying? Like, you imagine you see like Lil Bow Wow in line at the club or some shit, or like, like, fuck, man, you was the man when we was kids. Lil Bow Wow, what happened? Like, or something like, it's being rich and then going to being poor. Once you get a taste of it, it's like, fuck, man, it's got to be awful, right? So you don't want that to happen. All right, listen, guys, I'm in this episode, I'm going to break down. I got a whole chart. I got a free template of how you should know if you should fucking dump your girlfriend or not. But first, we got to do the market recap with the homie Young Candlestick. Yo, Greg, what up, man? What up with that market recap? What's good?
Oh, good to see you, Brandon. It's an intense day in the stock market. A lot of news, a lot of volatility. I'm here to break it down.
Okay, yeah, it was crazy today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So basically, this is the S&P 500. Finished the day down 0.9%, which is a decent down day. It's not some massive catastrophe, not some crash, but it's a decent down day.
Nice size down day.
If we take a look at the faster time frame, at the end of the day yesterday, it actually closed really strong. But what it did was it trapped all the buyers that chased and bought too high. So today, big sell-off. I would say there's a lot more high frequency trading, a lot of algo trading, because the way that the order flow is moving, the algos are just taking over. And it's probably reading the headlines. Algos, they scan the headlines. Of course, there was a port strike, which I'm not some like master when it comes to supply chain and stuff like that, but this port strike, it could lead to price hikes. It could affect the economy, and then of course there is escalation when it comes to war, like when there's missiles being fired off.
Where the missiles going? Show them where the missiles going.
What's it? Iran launches missiles at Israel. Again, I'm no expert when it comes to war or politics. This is just the news,
Yo, Nima, I thought you was gonna stop this shit when you went over there.
I did my best.
They wasn't trying to listen to you.
I mean, working on Thot Repellent, I had a limited time.
You had more important things to handle.
Yes.
Thot Repellent, man. They can handle their own shit over there.
This is what happens when Nima leaves. You know,
We might have to send them back, man.
Yeah.
Like Nima, I want you to go down there, come back. I want peace.
I want peace as well.
Peace in the Middle East, man.
Nothing but peace.
That should look like fireworks.
I know, isn't that like crazy though? Like it's pretty intense to witness it firsthand. I'm really thankful to live in a country like America. That's for sure.
Yeah, and we ain't been attacked since 9/11.
It's been a while.
Yeah, ain't been no 9/11 though since I moved to New York. Remember, you noticed that there was 9/11. Then I moved to New York. There was no more.
Peace.
It was over. So I don't know, man. Now New York has to fend for itself. We'll see what happens.
New York needs you, but everyone needs you. That's why we're on the podcast.
They got to lower the taxes if they want me to come back. Anyway, man, let's talk about the market.
Yeah. So basically what happens is, when stuff like this happens, fear tends to escalate. So this is our volatility and fear index, the VIX. And the VIX, it hit the 200-day moving average and actually did bounce off of it as support. So the VIX is catching some support. The market needs a little bit of support. I don't think there's going to be any huge drops as of right now. The market could sell for another like 1% to 2% this week, but I don't
know, brother. That looks like a rising wedge to me.
Yeah, it kind of is. And for those that don't know, a rising wedge is higher highs without a lot of follow through. And it is also making higher lows. If the higher lows break and the support breaks, then yes, the market can see a liquidation break and the selling can really intensify.
And look at your RSI, right? You see it too. There's a inverse correlation.
Yeah, so this is also called a bearish divergence. This is where the RSI makes a lower high, LH, while price made a higher high. That tells us, don't trust the momentum of this breakout just yet. However, I do think support holds at this 560 area. That likely will hold. If it breaks, though, then we can see that sell side activity. You'd also need to see a breakdown on the RSI because RSI can actually give buy and sell signals or help confirm those buy and sell signals. So if the RSI on the daily breaks 50 and price is breaking, 560, that would be a big doom sell-off in the market. But again, I do think the sell-off, maybe it has a little bit to go, but I do think support holds, which is not, a popular opinion. So,
all right. Yeah, I don't know if I'm with you, man.
That's totally cool. That's what makes a market.
You're a market technician. I'm a fucking guy. So, take that for what it's worth.
I mean, you also have more experience, though, in terms of life. You have more years of life. So maybe I'm young and naive.
Way more years.
And only time will tell. And, when it comes to analyzing a chart, the chart can look one way one day, and then tomorrow it could be completely different. So, that's the stock market. You just got to be nimble. You got to be ready for both sides.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like this, stuff like gold can tend to outperform. Silver can tend to do pretty good. Last time I was on the Victory Talk podcast, we were talking about DFEN, the defense sector. That's breaking out to daily highs.
Come on, man. Highs. We told you all you got to do is watch Victory Talk and take the trades, bro. We giving it to you for free game.
It's pretty interesting to see what's going on because you can see like NOC. Look at that breakout. That's part of the DFEN ETF.
Nima, I see you be writing them down. You be taking these trades, man. Are you allowed? Are you allowed to trade? Oh, okay, my fault. I don't know how it works when you immigrate here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it works, man. All right, what else?
Yeah, we got LMT breaking out. So these are just, sectors that are just doing a bit better. GE maybe has a little bit of room to go. Another thing that can outperform potentially during times like this, times of uncertainty, are bonds. So maybe TLT goes, sideways to slightly higher. That's the 20-year Treasury bond ETF. Sometimes oil can get a bit, wild. Oil can tend to spike when there's uncertainty or, if war escalates a bit. So that's something to consider. If you're looking to potentially trade the port strike, IYT is the transportation index, the transportation ETF, I should say. And this was down 1.2%. This would probably break out if that got resolved. If it doesn't get resolved, though, look for this to potentially test the 200-day moving average at around 66.
Okay.
Last time I also talked about Disney stock. Disney stock got a little 2% bounce, but then got hit a bit. So Disney, I do think it is still a buy. That's not financial advice, but I do think Disney has room up to 105 if the market stabilizes. But an easier way to trade that would be XLC, the communication.
I was about to say, you called out XLC, man. Look at it. Look at it from when you called. How much is up from when you called it out?
You know, it's not up a ton. It's only up 1%, but all-time highs, you know, nothing crazy.
I take it. I take it while the rest of the market is you know, was struggling today.
Yeah, it's really important to like find relative strength. Like I was focused on stocks like HLX today, and you know, I'm just buying it yesterday on the break over 11 and then selling today at 11.42. So, you know, relative strength stocks like this get a 4 or 5% gain while the market's shitting itself. That's pretty cool. I do have one potential stock for long-term investing, and I'm just slowly accumulating this, and I'm probably going to add if it breaks out. You were one of the first ones on this, Brandon.
Yeah, I've been telling y'all about this one.
Hell yeah, Brandon, you've been talking about ET Energy Transfer stock ever since it was down at 12, you know, 12 to 13. Stock is up 21%, and it pays a dividend of 8%. So cash flow each and every quarter. Yeah. This has a price target.
Full disclosure, that's one of my largest holdings.
Badass. That's badass. It's a really good stock. It's a slow mover, so it's not so much a trading stock, but it is at that price point where it's very liquid. It's easy to wheel. And I do have a price target on this of about $20 a share. And I do think it may take a few years to get there, but you get dividends along the way.
Yeah, man.
You could buy leap call options. You can buy shares.
You don't get the call. If you leap it, you don't get the share, the dividend.
Yeah, you don't get the dividend if you buy leap call options. However, the implied volatility on the call options is super, super low. So like if we take a look at like, you know, January 2027, you could buy the 17 call for 1.0 or $100. So you could potentially triple your money if ET reaches that $20 price target by 2027. So that's the main stock that I wanted to talk about. Those are the main things I wanted to discuss. Do you have any stocks you want broken down?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to, we talked, I think I brought up Home Depot last time. I said, hey, Home Depot. Didn't I say Home Depot?
You called out Home Depot.
Called Home Depot, man.
360. It's up 13%.
From when I called, I said Home Depot. Listen, all you got to do is watch Victory Talk and take the trades that me and Greg say, man. We giving y'all the plays. We giving y'all the plays, man.
I can't click the buttons for you, not until we get a fund going.
I can't click the buttons for you yet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Though we working on it though.
Yeah,
we're working on it.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It'll be fun.
We working on it.
Actually, getting a securities license is really common for other chartered market technicians. So that it could be something to look at down the road. So
and then once he gets that, y'all better start taking the trades now, because I don't know if he'll be allowed to come on here and give y'all stock recommendations once he gets his security license.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at the rules and regulations.
Yeah, so y'all better take the trades now.
Maybe I'll just have to be like super strict and super boring.
Yeah.
But Home Depot, it's knocking on all-time highs. You know,
come on, man.
The chart's looking bullish. It's looking strong with rate cuts coming on in as interest rates are expected to be lower. People can afford more home. When people can buy more home, they need to buy more shit for their home.
And buy more shit for the home.
That goes into Home Depot's profits. Boom.
Can we short Etsy yet?
Etsy, you know?
Etsy, can we short that motherfucker yet? I've been asking you. I've been asking for permission to short this shit for a long time, Greg.
You know,
has the day come?
You don't need my permission. This is a nice bearish candle. This is a nice, almost what we call Marubozu candle, which just means a fat ass candle.
Yeah.
So this is a fat ass candle. The volume's just not super bearish. So what that tells me is it could just like chop for a bit. I would say, like we talked about earlier, you know, back when it was over here, leap put options are probably just the easiest way rather than trying to like nail a quick entry and trying to get a flush to new lows. It does look like it wants to break those lows. You know, this is a pronounced downtrend. Buyers are trapped. This is probably, not one of the greatest companies in the world. And yeah, the chart just looks awful for bulls.
Don't it?
Buyers.
Don't it? All right.
Yeah.
Axum.
Oh, this one's on fire, and I have a lot of technical analysis to teach on this one.
Let's do it, because I've been trying to, I've been talking about this every time we come on, man.
Every time we come on, and this is amazing. Like, and you first brought it up back when it was at like 340. So
and how much is it up? And how much is it up?
17.5% since you first talked about it.
Old candlestick. Somebody taking account old candlestick, man.
I mean, Brandon, you got an eye for the stocks too. It's teamwork.
Man. Listen, I spot them.
There's a lot of great technical setups though to learn from AXON. So you got trend line breaks, cool. You got a minor increase in volume, which helps confirm that trend. But look, you kind of got this high base, which you called out another week. It broke out of the high base, but not like explosively. It tested it, held it as support, and it's just chugging along. Look at all these bullish pin bars. It tries to sell off, zips back up. Tries to sell off, zips back up. That's telling us people want this at any like dip that they can get.
What's worrying me is the MACD. Like, you show up in MACD.
Oh, of course, yeah. It is a bit up there, so it makes sense if it were to sell off or correct a little bit. The relative strength index is overbought.
So look, the MACD is like, this is my thing when I see it's at a high, but it's like an inverse bearish. It looks bearish on the MACD.
Yeah, so we got this peak right over here, and then we also have this peak. So it is a lower high, on the MACD. You could say like MACD bearish divergence. You also could be starting to get a cross of the EMA. So if the EMA starts to cross lower, that would give what's called a sell signal. And it just means that the angle of attack is starting to change. There's not as much upward thrust to it. And that would confirm too, if this starts coming beneath the zero line, that's telling us it's in a downtrend. So basically what this is saying right now is it's in an uptrend, but we're about to get a sell signal.
I think so. And so that means, listen, I think I'm calling it. I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm going to buy at the 200-day moving average, or when it starts approaching it, or at least sell calls.
Yeah, sell some cash secured puts, maybe.
Sell
you can
puts.
also sell calls
puts
while
are
you're waiting
expensive.
too.
I meant to say sell puts. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be expensive because it's a pretty expensive stock, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it would only be about 40 grand for 100 shares. But this whole zone is going to be support. So the range of 330 down to about 301. This is what's called a gap window. So notice this gap from the earnings. This whole area is going to be support because there's all these buy orders that may be sitting there from the people that didn't get it because it gapped up from earnings.
I got it at
this whole area is demand.
I got it at 320, like around 320. That was where my zone starts.
That's a good price to defend if it were to come in. That would be a decent sell-off too. It's tough to say what the fair value of Axon is, but it's in a strong uptrend. I would say even if you're looking for like a short-term dip buy, something like
somewhere around there.
370 is like a short-term trade type of a move.
All right.
Good stuff.
Cool, man. That's all I got, young candlestick.
Hey. Interesting stuff going on.
You actually got a super
chat. You got a super chat, Greg.
Oh, bring it on. What's up? Thanks for the super chat.
You actually look at it. Adam is asking when the stocks, which is now, can you look at the fate of Ubisoft, please?
Ubisoft.
Now, I actually don't know the ticker symbol for Ubisoft, which is crazy. Usually I know pretty much.
Greg, can you share your screen if you want to?
Oh yeah, what's the ticker symbol for Ubisoft?
Who you ask? You ask Siri?
I'm asking Siri. UBI. All right, let's see it.
All right, see what that bitch talking about, man.
UBI.
Throw that bitch up on the screen, man.
No, it's not. UBI.
UBI, man.
Okay, this looks like it's Ubisoft. The fate of Ubisoft looks like bankruptcy.
Yeah, well, how much is that? How much is what's the price is that right now? I can't see.
$2.03.
Oh, homie, stay away.
Oh,
Stay away.
this stock is a short seller's dream. This is what you want to happen if you're short a stock.
I wouldn't even short it now because it's so low. Like I would just stay away from this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't fuck with nothing under $5, man. Fucking crackhead stocks.
No, I mean, something terribly is going wrong with Ubisoft. At least from this chart.
Laid off. What do they do? Nothing. A bunch of lose money.
They just
waste venture capital funds. Get motherfuckers fired. You know what I'm saying?
He just showed up and said, "Give us money. We'll pump our stock, then we'll dump it."
What do they do aside from fucking wasting their investors' money? You know what I'm saying? Getting venture capitalists, getting analysts at venture capitalist funds fired. What do they do? You know what I'm saying?
It almost looks like the chart of ARK, the ARK ETF from Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood is down on the year, and a lot of money managers that's tough to say. So if you're up on the year, you're beating out a really pronounced hedge fund managers.
Yeah. Wood. She looked like Cathie Wood looked like, you know what I'm saying? If you hit the stepmom button on one of them sites, that's how she looked.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Like sexy stepmom.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. I concur.
All right, Greg. Yo, does he got another one? Or that's it?
There's another super chat. Maybe now is a better time to answer.
Okay.
So Baldo actually probably forgot to ask his question last time. What are some industries you see on the rise? What are worthwhile investing and why? Much love, big bro.
Yo, right now, war stocks. What was that ETF? That war ETF?
Yeah, it's ITA is the war ETF. And basically you can also take a look. I actually do have some other
That's aerospace, right?
Yeah, so it's defense stocks. So ITA is in rotation. So this is basically the war stocks. Another sector that's kind of catching some heat, attention is uranium, because AI has a lot of energy demands. So uranium could potentially be that alternative fuel source that's sustainable if they can keep it safe and keep it right. Nobody wants Chernobyl to happen again where there's, radiation leaks. But if they can get uranium to stabilize, if AI can help with that, that could be a potential sector that's in rotation. Robotics ETFs are in rotation. What was the robotics? It's not Robo. Well, there's Robo Global Robotics and Automation ETF. I don't know the holdings of this though. You'd have to do your research.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that, man. I'm all about that IPI. There's gonna be a war at some point, brother. And it was like, listen, Nima, you tell me what's happening you call who you need to call. Tell me what's happening, because we going long on war.
I mean, Israel has said that they're gonna have some stuff in return today.
They always going for it, man.
Yeah, they're not back and forth for a while.
They're not gonna back down. So listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm going long ITA. We gonna make money off this war, like Tony Stark's, like Stark Industries.
Yeah,
we on our Stark Industry shit, man. Matter of fact, that's gonna be the AI drones, the MLD. What up, homie?
Hey, that's what's up.
Yo, MLD got a new show. He got a new fucking podcast where he's called the Tokyo Love Hour. Man, it's like Fresh and Fit with the after hours, but it's Asian chicks. It's Asian chicks, and they ain't gonna pull guns out. And 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 I don't think he's gonna be kicking them out, man, because they Asian, right? You don't know karate. You know what I'm saying?
He's not trying to wrestle.
He's not trying to do karate on stream. You know what I'm saying? She's turning to Kill Bill real quick.
That would be some Watch how many girls can I take on at once?
Yo, man. He don't want to do karate on stream, man. So it's dope, man. Y'all should check it out, man.
I will.
Fuck with the homie. Fuck with the homie. All right, y'all. Yo, thank you, Greg. Let's get it. All right, guys. Right now, I'm gonna tell you guys how to know if you should actually dump your girlfriend or not. In this, I think this is a habit. Yeah, I think this is going to be called Habits of a Winner. In this video, I want to break down how you should know if you should dump your girlfriend or not, right? And this is not going to be based off feelings. It's not going to be based off, you know, what you think or weighing options. We're just going to use math and economics. All right. And listen, I think this will put things in perspective for you, right? And it will help you get, you know, because your heart can lead you down the wrong path, man. Right? If we look at it mathematically and break it down, I think it'll make a lot more sense. I'm also going to have a free spreadsheet template where you can download and plug in the numbers for your girl to see if she's a keeper or a sweeper, right? All right, so check it out. So first, we want to know how much money we're spending on this chick, right? And I call this cost per smash, or CPS for short. Cost per smash, right? Because you're not going on dates with her just cuz, right? You know. So let's say you're going 3 dates with a chick. Let's say you spend $200 per date. I don't know what you guys are spending. This is just math. Last time I did something like this, people were like $200 a date, and I didn't know if they meant that was like a little bit or like a lot, because I don't know what it's like not to be rich. It's been so long. I forget what it's like not to be rich. So I don't know if that's a lot or a little to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's just math for here. All right. Price per penetration. Cost per smash or price per penetration. PPP. You know? All right. So $200, which gives us now let's say, before we get, these are 3 dates. You don't smash each time, right? Let's say, okay, my fault. This is wrong. I apologize. Because let's say we don't know if you smashed yet, right? So this is, okay. So let's say you went on 3 dates with this girl and you spent $200 on each date, right? Right. And let's say you smashed twice, right? You smashed, so 0. Then, you know, she didn't want to smash on the first one because, you know, she didn't want to look like, you know, a hoe, right? Then she but the second date, you can smash. Here, pro tip, make the first date something like coffee at lunch, right? So you don't spend a whole fucking bunch of time with the chick, and you got to eat lunch anyway. And then the second date's the real date. So on the second date, you can smash, but it's really the first date. If you played it right. And then you get the third date, you smash again. All right, so that's cool. Right now, here's the thing. So we got a cost per smash. We got a cost per smash of $300. Right? On this chick. Right? Now, all smashes aren't created equal. So we got to have a smash quality score. Right? We got to judge it. Right. So the smash quality score, obviously this is 0. Right here we got, let's say the first one, hey, this was pretty good. Right? Pretty good. 1 out of 10. It's pretty good. Right? Now let's say the second one, this one, she let the freak out. Right? She let it all hang out because, you know, she doing the freaky stuff on the second time, because first one she didn't want to seem like, oh, I don't do this, but like now she can unleash because she's more comfortable with you and your penis. All right. Now this gives us a smash quality score of 18. All right. All right. So here we go. So we got a cost per smash of 30 and a smash quality score of 18. All right. So what we want to do is we want to take the cost per smash divided by the smash quality score, and that's going to give us what we call the smash quality cost, right? So in this example, right, we got our cost per smash is $300, okay, with a smash quality score of 18. Boom, which gives us a smash which gives us a smash quality score of 16.67, right? Smash quality cost 16.67. Now, see, ideally, what we want is over time. We want this chick's. Hold on, let me erase some of this other stuff I had up here. Ideally, over time, we want the cost per smash to go down and the smash quality score to go up, which will lower our smash quality costs. Hope this makes sense. All right. Now, let's check this out. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Let's say, hold up, man. All right, hold on. Let's say, right here, right? Let's say it's like week 2, right? Boom. You go on one official date with this girl where you spend money, right? $200, right? But you know, and you smash and it's a 10 again, right? But then she just comes over the next 2 times and you don't spend no money, right? Boom. Let's say these are all 10s. This is just for math purposes, right? All right. So what this is going to do is now we have a CPS of only $66. $66.70. Does that make sense, guys? 66, right? So what we've done was over time, we've lowered our smash quality costs and we've increased our overall smash quality, right? Now, once we divide these two, to get our new smash quality cost, right? That leads us now, it's down to 2.22. Hey, it looks like you should keep this shit. You get what I'm saying? Because now you're getting more out of it. She's bringing more to the table. Like when you watch Fresh and Fit and be like, what do you bring to the table? I always laugh because we all know it's nothing, right? But it's a trick question, right? However, if she says, well, listen, my smash quality my smash quality cost is extremely low, then it's like, oh, all right, go on, explain it to me, right? Now, hope everybody gets this. Now, I made this easier for you, and I think I've improved on the design as well. Fuck. I thought I put it in here. Pause. Yeah, I thought I had the link. Oh, never mind. I got it. All right, so check this out. We in the description, there is a free link where you can download. And it looks like this. So, well, what I think you should do, these are example numbers. So for each one of the chicks you're talking to, or they get their own sheet, or if you got one girl you're dating or a girlfriend, start keeping track of this shit, right? Now, what I think is better if you averaged. I think I want to know how the math works. If you average the smash quality score, I think that works better, right? So if we use those same numbers, right? So check this out. We got date 600 for the first one. Let's say this is September or whatever. You can change this, whatever. Date 600, you know, you smash twice, you still this calculates your cost per smash for you, right? So it changes this, right? You can download this in the description, right? What did we have it at before? It was 2, right? Yeah. Right, we're on the same example, but what I think is better if you use an average, right? Average smash, right? So 2 divided by 18 is what? It's yes, fucking 17. 7. Yeah, no, it's 8. No, it's what is it? 2 divided by 18. Yeah, no, 18 divided by 2. 9, yeah, my fault. It's late, guys. All right, 9. All right, I think you should average it, right? And now that's going to change our numbers here, but it's still better, right? I think you should average it. And with the second example is exactly the same. The average is 10. Sorry. It still works out the same, right? It's just the numbers are going to be different. But I think if you average the smash quality, it's better. I think it gives you a better understanding, if that makes sense. All right. This is still. So check it out. Yeah, these are good numbers. So this is for you for free. So let's run some more numbers. Let me erase this one. Let's say, right, you know, with the numbers this low, you might want to wife her. I think if it's under $10, if you're averaging the smash quality score, which I think you probably should. If you're averaging the smash quality score, oh, you see we got formulas in here, all that shit, right? If you're averaging the smash quality score, I think anything under $10 is good. You know what I'm saying? You got to, it depends on your own shit. I think you wife hers up. This is a warning. But let's see what it looks like. We have different qualifications, right? Dump her. Warning, keep dating her, wife her up. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All right. So let's add some more numbers. Let's say you spend you spend a G. Some guys out here going crazy, right? Boom. He spends a G and this dude smashes once. Damn. That means his cost per smash is $1,000. It's already looking bad, right? It's looking bad for him. Even if it's a 10, it's still a SQ score of 100, and it's like that's kind of high. You got to think about it. Every time you want some ass, you really spending $100. You got to think about that. You know. Now it's even worse if her shit is mid. Right now it doubled. Yo, man. So you gotta dump her. You gotta dump her. You guys getting this? You gotta dump her. You gotta listen. You gotta go release her. You gotta waive her. Let her test free agency. All right, because I don't know if you want to commit that much investment to a chick. Right? Let's throw some other numbers around. Let's say you out here balling on a budget, right? You out here, you spend like $100 total, right? But you smashed like 4 times this week. You taking this bitch for coffee and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, now we're looking good. Smash. Now we're looking good, right? Now, but if it's like if it's fucking halfway decent, if it's just halfway decent, you're still good. Even just a 7, right? So with this math, you should wife her, and then it's all relative. Then you might want to keep dating her, right? You know what I'm saying? This one, but you got to think. It's like, damn, man, I'm spending this much. Yeah, it's a 10, but yo, look at the numbers, twice as much for a 7. It's like now you got to start thinking about the economics. You get what I'm saying? So this you can get this calculator for free if you're dating multiple girls, spinning plates or all that other shit, exercising your options. Then you want to make copies of this, one for each chick, and you can do it monthly. You know what I'm saying? Or you can do it weekly. You can change this to weekly if you want, or monthly. but just keep track of what you spend. If you're not tracking, you're slacking. Keep track of the quality, and then you can make an informed decision. Oh man, this girl is this, blah 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 blah. Like, should I dump her? I'm gonna ask her, well, what's your SQC, brother? What's your SQC? You got to know your numbers, just like in any business. You got anything, you got to know your numbers. You watch Shark Tank, and I don't care how much goofy shit they do when they're pitching. At some point, Mr. Wonderful is going to say, tell us about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he's either going to be like, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to, if it was some good numbers, you might see all the sharks start. You might see a bidding war. You might see Kevin O'Leary yelling at Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? You might see Barbara, you know what I'm saying, yelling at the hot one. You know what I'm saying? Not really hot. I mean, it's rated on a curve. I mean, as far as old white ladies go. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying, right? You gotta check your numbers, man. What's your numbers, right? So download this. This is 100% free. Send this video to your friends. Share it with the homies, and really and remember, the link is in the description. You should download this now and save it. It's a free Notion template. All right. So go get it now. The planner on top. Oh, and then, over here, if you want, now here's the thing. In here, when you click on this, there's also another planner. If you want to actually like plan your goals out, you should check that out. I have a whole video on how this one works. Matter of fact, you should go watch that video now. All right. All right. Let's do some more super chats real quick.
All right.
That's a good template.
Okay. We're good in terms of super chats.
Oh, okay. All right, cool, man. Awesome. All right. So like now it's time to move on to my motherfucking next. Hold up. Oh. How'd I get in here? Oh, yeah. All right. I got lost. Give me a second. Run the fucking run something, because I gotta find my spot. Just the fucking all right. All right. In this, all right. So we got about, at the time of this recording, around 3 months left in 2024. And I want to show you in this video how you can actually sprint to the finish line and finish this year strong. See, a lot of people start to give up on their goals around this time of year. The gyms start to empty out. Motherfuckers be like, oh, I guess I'll get in shape next year. Or people like, oh, next year's my year. Next year's the year I'm going to make money. That's sucker shit, right? You need to finish the year strong. If you had not accomplished the goals that you set at the beginning of this year, by now, watch this video and you'll make more progress in the next 3 months than you have the whole the whole 9 months before this. All right. This way you can finish the year strong and then go into next year with some goddamn momentum instead of trying to start from ground zero at the beginning of the year like a punk. That's why you fucking failed. That's why you failed last time, dummy. Right? Let's get some momentum first. Get a head start. Get a head start. Start running. It's kind of like when you see somebody, when they see people running the relay race and track. I used to run the relay, right? And you got to start running first before you get the baton, right? The New Year's is like your 2024 self handing the baton to your 2025 self. You got to grab that shit at full speed and then keep going. You can't fucking be at a dead stop, grab the shit and start running. You're going to lose that race. That's why you lost last year. Let's not make that happen again. All right, let's get it. All right. So The first thing you need to understand to accomplish your goals and make progress within the next 3 months is you're going to need motivation. You're going to need way more motivation than you have now, right? And there's 2 reasons why people lose motivation. One is they waste it. What do I mean? So I have a whole video on this, but in order to have motivation, you have to have a lot of dopamine. People think of dopamine as just the pleasure hormone, but dopamine is really involved in seeking pleasure or seeking achievement or seeking something, right? So you guys are wasting your dopamine on empty victories. For example, it looks, sorry, brother. It looks like this. So you have a reserve of dopamine in your brain. Let's just say this is your dopamine reserve. All right. And remember, you need dopamine to have motivation. Someone with tons of dopamine running through their veins is highly motivated. Someone who lacks dopamine is not motivated. So how do I get motivation? You're wasting your dopamine. Now, people say you get a dopamine spike when you engage in certain activities, right? And we'll talk about some of the things that spike dopamine. But the truth is, it's not a dopamine. It's kind of a dopamine spike. But what happens is your body rushes more dopamine to the surface and then it spills out, right? You use your dopamine on other shit, right? So this can be video games, drugs, casual sex, vices, dumb shit, right? Surfing the internet, right? And what happens is after that dopamine spills out, there is less of it, right? And now it's okay in moderation, I guess, because over time your dopamine reserves will replenish. But what happens is a lot of you guys don't give yourself time for your dopamine to replenish, right? So you play the video games every day, right? You smoke that OG Kush every day, right? You surf the internet all the time. You go out to the club, party, chase hoes all the time, right? And you drink alcohol all the time. All these things will spike your dopamine. And what happens is your dopamine reserves will not have enough time to replenish on those circumstances. And when that happens, you start to lose motivation. So the first thing you need to do is cut out vices. I'm not asking you to do it forever. I'm saying, hey, let's do it for the next 90 days. Cut out vices. What is going to happen is you're going to have a backlog of dopamine. It's going to allow your dopamine reserves to replenish themselves. And then you're going to have way more motivation. You're going to be way less lazy because you're not wasting your dopamine on empty victories. All right. This is very important. This is why it's important to cut out vices. One, vices waste your time, right? You spend time chasing hoes, getting drunk, getting high, partying, all this other shit. And what happens is you spent time you could have been using or could have been you spend time you could have been deploying against your goals. You spend it on the vices, right? And then you spend the recovery time from the vices. You go out on a rager all night, you drinking, getting high, chasing bitches all night. Next day, you're not going to have as much energy. You're going to be off the next day. But also, you're not going to have enough dopamine to accomplish your goals, especially the boring shit, right? If you go to the strip club tonight, start throwing racks around, getting drunk, getting high, getting lap dances, maybe doing all types of shit that people do at strip clubs, you really going to do accounting the next day on your business? You really going to be working on some fucking boring parts of your business? No, because the contrast is going to be too great. You just did something super exciting and now you're going to do something super boring. You're going to be less motivated to do that just from contrast, but also because you depleted your dopamine, right? So, but if you don't waste your dopamine on empty victories, you'll have more motivation, right? The next thing you need for motivation is you need to understand what Freud called the pleasure pain principle. So Freud said that humans are always moving towards pleasure, right? Or away from pain, perceived pleasure or perceived pain, right? So right now you're chasing vices because you associate pleasure with your vices, right? And you associate pain with, eating right, studying, working hard, right? You associate pain with it, so you're running from it, right? And it's normal. What we have to do is exchange your associations with pain and pleasure. And the only way I know how to do that is with something I call the list of hate and the list of great. So here's what you want to do. You want to make a list. I like to, I suggest people do it in their phones, Apple Notes or something. Fucking pin this note to your top of your Apple Notes. I'm sure that Google Android has something similar. Fucking nerds. Nerd notes. I'm just fucking with you. I got an iPhone and Android. I don't live a life of scarcity. I'm rich. Anyway, there's some sort of note application. You pin it to the top on your phone. You want to look at it every day. So what you want to do is make a list of hate. Make a list of all the people who've ever crossed you. All the people who said you couldn't do it. All the people who said that you would fail. Chicks who cheated on you. Motherfuckers who hated on you. That black guy who fucked your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. You're probably watching. Hey, don't hate the player. Hate the game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Me, right? Make a list of all these motherfuckers, right? And then look at it every day. And this way, you know, when you're not working on your goals, when you're doing something that's not moving you in the direction of accomplishing your ambitions, the haters are winning, right? The haters are winning every time you're not focused. Every time you eat that shit you're not supposed to eat, the haters are happy, right? Every time you don't do the shit on your to-do list, the haters are happy. Every time you fail, the haters are happy. That bitch who dumped you, right? She's gonna look at your fucking a year from now. She's gonna look at your shit and she's gonna laugh like, "Whoo! I sure did dodge a bullet. Glad I fucked that black guy instead of staying with that loser. Look at him. He's still in his mama's house, right? That's what you don't want. You don't want. And remember, if somebody hates on you or says you can't accomplish your goal and you don't accomplish it, they weren't hated. They were correct. They just made a fair assessment of your capabilities, right? These motherfuckers were right? You're either proving them right or you're proving them wrong. So remember that. Then you want to make a list of great. And you want to write down, imagine a version of yourself who's already accomplished all your goals, all your big goals, all your aspirations. What time does that person wake up? What time does that person go to bed? Does that person get fucking drunk all night? Right? Is he out chasing hoes all night? Right? Maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Right? Is he eating fucking candies and cakes like a child? Or is he tracking his macros? Right? Is he working on his business? Right? Is he fucking partying? Is he watching reality TV show or playing video games all day? Like, what is he really doing? How does he behave? Make a list and look at that list every day. Right? And imagine yourself as that person. Right? And here's what happens. Every time you act in accordance to what's on your list, you're going to get a reward. You're going to start feeling better about yourself. You're going to start being proud of yourself. That's very important. You're going to start being proud of yourself. A lot of you guys lack confidence because you're not fucking proud of yourself. You haven't given yourself a reason to be confident in yourself. But once you start acting in accordance of what's on your list of great, when you start acting like the guy you need to be to accomplish your goals, you'll start believing it. You'll start being proud of yourself. You'll start to like yourself more. You'll have more confidence. When a motherfucker talks shit about me, it sounds fucking ridiculous to me. I just laugh, right? Because I know how I behave every day. I know how fucking hard I go. I know what kind of work I put in for myself, my customers, my family, right? My employees. I know what kind of sacrifices I make. Motherfucker talk shit about me. I just kind of laugh to myself because it sounds ridiculous, right? I don't even have to say nothing. I don't say nothing most of the time, unless I think it's something funny, in which I will, right? But that's just for entertainment purposes, right? I don't really give a shit because I know I'm that nigga, right? But it's not because I'm better than them. It's just I know that I'm acting in accordance of what's on my list of great, right? You got to give yourself a reason to be confident in yourself. And this will give you that. And what happens once you look at both these lists every day, you will change your association with pain and pleasure. Now you're going to associate pain with vices, with video games, with all that bullshit. And you're going to associate pleasure with accomplishing your goals, with working hard, with actually grinding. And the beauty of it is it won't take discipline. I used to think discipline was super important. And it is, right? It is. It's definitely a tool, but you can't rely on discipline, right? You can't rely on discipline. Once you start exposing yourself to this list of hate, list of great every day, you change your association with pain and pleasure. And then you know what? You'll need discipline to stop working. I need discipline to go to sleep every day, right? Because I want to stay up and keep working, right? I need discipline to go on vacation, right? I was on vacation with my girl. I was on vacation with my girl for her birthday. It took discipline for me to do that shit, you know, right? You know, it takes discipline for me to not work because of my association. I changed my association with pain and pleasure. So instead of fighting this shit all the time with discipline, in fact, nah. I enjoy it, right? When people say you need to enjoy life, you got to live a little. That's because they don't enjoy what they do. But once you change your association with pain and pleasure, then what happens is you're going to start to feel what happens is you'll start to enjoy life when you're working hard. You start to enjoy life by pushing yourself, seeing what you're made of. And the people who are telling you need to chill, you need to enjoy life, you got to take it easy, you work too hard. What they don't understand is that you enjoy life more than them, because they're associating enjoying life with vices, partying, getting drunk, vacations, right? But you can't do that shit every day. At least you should, right? You can push yourself every day, right? You can work on your goals every day. You can work to capacity every day, right? And if you learn to enjoy it, the only way I know how to do that is with the pain and pleasure, changing association with pain and pleasure with the list of hate and list of great. Once you make that transition, you'll be enjoying life way more than them, right? That's what they don't understand. So that's going to give you the motivation, right? Then you need belief, right? So belief. And there's a few things that come from getting the belief. You got to believe you can do it. Right. And the way you get belief, I look at it like this. Right. The first thing you want to do to increase your belief is you have to, let's put an increased belief. Right. You need exposure. You need exposure to the things, right? You need to be around it. So one of the first things I did when I was trying to come up is I moved to New York. I moved to this area called Forest Hills in Queens. And even though it was in Queens, it was like a rich area. I think Donald Trump went to school there and shit, because, you know, he grew up a millionaire. And there was I had this small apartment there. Super small. The reason I can afford it is because it was right next to the train. I could hear the Long Island Railroad go by. Seemed like every few minutes, a few times an hour, right? And you know, if the TV was on, you would have to pause it because you couldn't hear it past the train, right? And you would hear it all the time, all night, or whatever. That's why it was cheap. But across those train tracks was big mansions, right? All right. And I would ride my bike through those mansions. I would take the scenic route through those mansions to go to the gym, New York Sports Club on Austin Street in Forest Hills. And people who live in those mansions would be there. Right. So I was around, I got exposure to it, and it started to be more real when I started to feel it. You know, it's difficult to believe you can accomplish this goal if you're in the hood. Right. And the next part of that is proximity. So some kind of way you need to get around people who are doing it. I don't care if it's joining a mastermind, joining a group of people, getting a mentor, anything, right, that show you that it's real. I remember when I was first trying to build my online fitness business, I became friends with a dude named Elliot Holtz, who became like a mentor, like a big brother to me. And I saw that he was a millionaire from online fitness, and I was like, "Fuck, this dude's doing it," and I believed it. Right? He was a tan colored black guy like me he was from New York. And he was a millionaire, and he did it. And I was like, oh shit, this is real. This can really happen. And he gave me a lot of game. He gave me a lot of tips on how to build it. So he shortened my learning curve as well. Right. That'll do it. But now the next thing you need after you increase your belief is you have to raise your standards. So that tackles belief. Hold up. But now we got to raise our standards, because you don't get what you want. You get what you have to have. right? You won't rise to your ambitions. You're going to fall to your standards. We need to raise our standards, right? So it has to become a must. It can't be like, oh, I'm trying to do this. No, we're not try babies. We're either going to do it or not, right? And the best ways to do that is honestly is to increase the pain. Make it a must. Now, later in this video, I'm going to do some more like tactical stuff. This is higher, right? But so the best way to do that, we already talked about it, list of hate. List of hate, right? And then listen, negative visualization. I know people talk about positive visualization, but what if you did some negative visualization, right? What if you really thought about how bad it would be if you didn't accomplish his goals, or what's the worst that can happen, right? Get serious about this if you don't accomplish it, right? Just think about it. Think about something I think about is, once my son is older, right now he thinks I'm the man. He thinks I'm the coolest motherfucker alive, but he's a kid. He's 7. He don't really know shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's still right, but I'm just saying it's based off limited knowledge, right? But what happens when he gets older, right? Will I still be as influential? Will I be as influential as the rappers or the celebrities, right? I want to be the most influential person in his life. And I know if I'm not, then he may be negatively influenced by these motherfucking whoever the celebrity is, or vloggers or fucking streamers, motherfuckers out here acting like jackasses or whatever, right? I need to be so motherfucking dope. I need to be so dope that when he sees me, he's like, nah, my dad said this. Fuck what little so-and-so said. My dad said this is the way to do it. And he's the motherfucking man. That's just one way to do it. But you want to make it a must, because you don't get what you want. You get what you have to have, right? So we need to increase the pain, right? Because if you're just, I'm trying to do this, you would try, baby, man. And you're not going to get it. You don't get what you want. You get what you have to have. All right. Now, the last thing you need to do is actually plan your goals. Plan your goals. And when I say plan them, I mean planning out every step with deadlines for each step. So in the description, we have something called the Victory Vision Planner. All right. And here's kind of what it looks like. So there's 2 parts. The first part is the actual, I call it the success tracker. You can get this for free. All right. Now it's in the description. Oh, this is the wrong, not the success tracker. My fault. It's the ambition planner. Right. So here, this is just example data. So in each column, what you want to do is, oh fuck, how do I move this shit? Where's the thing? Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's going to work. Whatever. All right. In each column, what you want to do is you put each goal here, right? And then you put out each step to each goal. And then in each step, you put a deadline to each step. That's the important part. A deadline to each step in the goal, right? Then and once you put a deadline to each step, and it might be a big goal. So, plan out to the end of the year. Plan out to the end of the year. Make it 90-day increments, right? And what you can do is then you can click this tab and it'll show you, all right, here's what you got to do this month. Here's the things on the docket this month. You'll see for all and you'll see all the tasks you have to do and what goal they're assigned to. And then what you want to do is you want to estimate how long it's going to take you to do these things, each step, and then put that when you're going to do it in your calendar, right? Put when you're going to do it in your calendar. All right. And then you can put this month, or you can do it by this week. You can see this week. And now we have a game plan for the week. And if you do everything in this week, once you do something in this week, what you do is, let's say this was for one of the goals. This was the goal this guy wanted 10K a month. We see what goal that's associated with. Then we go in here. Once we start it, we put it in, boom. We put this shit in, I can't edit the template. Okay, let me get out of here. I'll open it in my Notion. Because you're gonna have to save the template. All right, so let me get this up. Oh, and I can move. All right, cool. So I'll go to this week. Boom. And let's say this one right here, right? Cash flow progressions. Once you start it, boom, you're moving it in progress. All right. Boom. Right. And you see this one. Let's say it's not started. And the date, we didn't even start. So we got to pick a new due date for this, right? I made this like a week ago. So we changed the due date, no problem. All right, cool. You can do this way. If you don't hit the goal, you can change it, right? Boom, design unique thumbnail. Let's say this is in progress. Let's say set up playlist and organize content. I'm just saying, to say this is done. And then boom, now we can see where we're at with the progress, and we can see where we're at for the week, right? And this way you can stay on track, right? And then you can hit the progress bar and see where all your tasks, where you're at, right? So there's different graphs here, right? Now these are mostly like for the one-time tasks. That's what the ambition planner is for. The other part is the success tracker. So in this success tracker, you can do the daily habits that you need to do each day, right? So you can track, all right, how many hours you worked on your goal, how much income you made. Then, I have some health markers in there because you got to have a fitness goal, right? Boom. So man, you're supposed to work out. Did you work out or not? Boom. And then it gives you the checklist, right? Do you have your carbs, proteins, and fats? And this is dynamic, right? So do you put your calories burned if you're tracking how many calories you burn each day? And you should be with like an Oura Ring, a Whoop, or Apple Watch, right? You put that in here, and then you put how many calories you consume. Obviously, you should be tracking your macros if you're not tracking your snack, and they'll tell you if you're in a caloric deficit or surplus, for example. So this changes based off what you put in, right? So you put in your calories, fat. Let's say he had let me change the fat to 70. You see all of these change. The calories he consumed and the deficit, right? It adds up. All you got to do is put in the macros, the calories will show up here, and then you put in how many you burned and show your deficit, and then you put your weight in here. All right. Now you can add more stuff to this tracker, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to fuck up you don't want to edit the weight, and you don't want to change the income. All right. These are things we want to change because there's charts to go with this. So with this one, this is actually real data for one of my one-on-one clients. This part is real data. The other one was dummy data. But this is real data. So we show how much money he was making each day. Boom. He was moving up every day. And this one was moving down. So like this, and this chart is dynamic, right? If I change this to 20 to like fucking, you can put it back in there. If I change this to like 10,000, you'll see the chart moves, right? So it's dynamic, right? Put it back to 4. All right. So you don't want to fuck with that. You just want to put your numbers in, and the chart will be associated with that. And you can download this for free. And then what happens is, if you're tracking your habits each day, you can add more habits if you want. All you got to do if you want to add more habits, you just click this, add something, add more habits that you want to track. But you see at the bottom, we have averages, we have how much they checked it. It's really cool. And then you can also change the goals. But now we can actually look at our goals and see how far we are on each one of these. We can see where we're in progress, what's done, what's not. We can look at everything. We can see what we have to do this month and where we're at. We can see what we have to do this week and where we're at. And this way we can see our progress and we can measure it, right? It's 100% free. Link in the description. But you also got to put the shit in your calendar as well. So here's what you do. Download this Victory Success Tracker and now go watch my video on time management in your calendar. Go check that out right now. That's the one you're going to add in the video. All right. I'm a speed run these super chats because I got to go to sleep.
Yep. Let me put this one. Okay. Jeremy is asking, what are your thoughts on training obliques? Some people say not to because it makes your waist blocky.
You can. I don't do a lot of. If I do an oblique training, it'll be mostly high rep stuff. I wouldn't train it with weights because it could do that, but you'd have to really train them a lot for that, right? So like if you do like bicycle shit like that, get the side abs going, but they get a lot of auxiliary benefit from your regular abs training.
Okay, this is a two-part question. Grew from 0 to 250K subs in 6 months making Minecraft shorts. Haven't posted in 6 months because shorts revenue per meal is so low. Like for 100 million views, you get 6K. And then the next part says, still get 5 million views a month. I'm wondering if I could leverage this to increase my income with an e-commerce store or long form, or should I focus elsewhere?
Right now, I would start doing long form and like streaming, either on Twitch or on YouTube. Make long form of your Minecraft shit if you know how to do that shit, and then you can link the short form videos to your long form videos, and that'll help you out. I don't know what kind of merch. I'm not familiar enough with Minecraft. Like my son plays Minecraft, so I'll probably be well versed in it soon. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know much about it, if I'm being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you would leverage that, but you definitely want to start doing long form and leveraging that. Now that you good, and congratulations on that growth. All right, guys, we're gonna get up out of here. This is another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, peace.